I'm sitting alongside Chris, the Killing Fields. No, sorry, the Housewife's Choice. Chris, just on the moniker, let's just go there. Are we returning to the Killing, or are we still going to stick with the Housewife's Choice?
Yeah, so it'll be called out as the Housewife's Choice on the night, but it'll be returned to the Killing as in my skill set and how I perform it.
And just on your return to form, I mean, obviously the last time we saw you fought Dan Konecki. Just talk us through what's actually happened since then, because it's been it's been a hot minute since we've actually seen you in the cage.
So it'll be 2 years in February. Now, like, it's not like I've been sitting on the shelf. I've prepared for 4 or 5 fights I've prepared for. So, and I've done the whole camp. 3 of them were pulled out in the week, and then 1 of them was pulled out 2 weeks before. So I did the full camp for all those fights. So I've basically improved for 4 or 5 fights, but not got to display it. I think it's 4 fights. So 3 of them were because of my opponents, and then 1 of them was because of me. My last fight, they found what they thought was like a kink in the carotid artery in my neck, and it turned out to be nothing. So I was out of a fight for absolutely nothing, which is just ridiculous.
So just on, you're bouncing from BAMMA to Bellator. What is the state of your contract now with BAMMA, or is it with Bellator?
I don't have a contract with anyone. I have a contract with KSW at the moment. I have a 3-fight contract, but it's non-exclusive, so I can fight for other organisations except in Poland. BAMMA, Bellator, what I thought was sign me to a 3-fight contract. I got this is how much you get paid for that fight, and that fight. And then they didn't, after the fight was off, I kind of contacted them a couple of times saying, I'm ready to go if you guys need me, I'm ready to go if you guys need me. And then I said, I hear you're fighting in Dublin. And they kind of came back and said, yeah, we don't know if we're going to be able to match you for Dublin, we don't know, we have the light heavyweights there. And I just went here, look man, I need to get out of this contract then, because I'm 34 now, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm peaking. But as you know, at that kind of age, that peak doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
It's a few years, so I just want to get in there and perform and show people what I'm made of.
And just on peaking, have you set yourself an age, or have you set yourself a time frame to actually get what you need to get done and then get out?
Yeah, well, to be honest, man, if someone told me tomorrow I had to retire, I'd be happy with my career. You know what I mean? I don't need anything else. I'm happy with how it's gone. Dude, I was a guy working in a bank and started fighting at 25. You know what I mean? What I've done is extraordinary in my view. I was never an athlete in any other form before that. I never competed at a high level in any other sports. Transferred over and made it to a very high level in this sport. But I made a kind of promise to myself and to my missus and all that I'd retire in my 35s. I've said 35 up to that point. Now it's become in my 35s, so right before I turn 36. So kind of 2 more years is what I'm looking at, and I'll be happy enough to kind of walk away. I'm really enjoying coaching at the moment, but I still have a little thing inside me for fighting. So,
I mean, just on that little thing that you've got inside you for fighting, let's lead neatly on to segue into Saturday. Now, actually, that's the actual weigh-in, but into Sunday. So, yeah. First off, I mean, fighting on home soil, that must give you an element of comfort, but how much do you actually know about, I know it's a cliched question, but how much do you know about this guy?
I've actually watched a lot of his fights. I've seen his most recent fight was only 3 months ago, so I've seen how he performed against a little bit shorter than me, but like a 6'3" kind of a guy, and he kind of looks to walk guys down, looks strong. I've fought those guys my whole career, man. Pretty much every guy in middleweight I ever fought was that. You know what I mean? I just need to go out and do me. My guys have studied them to bits. We've come up with game plan A, B, and C. I've watched them a lot, obviously, but I try not to dwell on that too much. Because you start worrying about everything he does and not what you're going to do. So I plan on just going out and having what I call a pipe smoking performance. So when I'm older, my kid asks me what I did when he was younger. I can show him these fights and sit there. I think doing it with a pipe be cooler.
And finally,
who knows what's in the pipe? Who knows what's in the pipe?
And finally, I mean, just on the journey going forward, okay, it does sound as though you've got some things which you want to get basically ticked off and crossed off the list.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, just on those things, is a belt one thing that you want to get wrapped up?
Oh man, if I'm fighting for a company like KSW, I want to be their champion. Yeah, nothing else. like I am a magpie. I love shiny shit. I want all the shiny shit I can get. Like I collect them. I'm a belt collector. I've got 3 in my gym. I want more. I want as many as I can get. So yeah, no, 100%. A KSW title would be a fantastic thing, you know. I kind of feel like the gloves are off a little bit for me. I'm not chasing silly things anymore. I can kind of just focus and enjoy, and I don't rely on fighting for money, which is a great thing. You know, I fight because I love fighting. It's back to its purest form for me. So when I started fighting, I got redundancy from a job and I had enough money to start training full time, and I was able to fight, and it wasn't paying. Sure, it never did. It was like 250 quid for a fight. And now I have enough money outside of this that I can just fight and not have to worry about what way the fight goes. You know what I mean?